Tim Cook and his India visit. Joining us now is Raghav Chandra, the co-founder of UrbanClap, also one of our young Turks. He met with Tim Cook at the Taj Hotel in Mumbai today. He was part of that developers meet. Raghav, appreciate you joining us here. What was that experience like of being part of that roundtable hosted by Tim Cook today? What were the questions that he asked you?
Experience was great. We weren't expecting Tim to come in, but he came in very excited, very casual, and had a conversation. So it was great. It was more of him understanding what's happening in the Indian ecosystem from startups perspective and overall from a tech development perspective. How's the adoption going in terms of what Apple's been up to?
Okay, so Raghav, did Tim articulate what the plan for the developer community in India is now that they are launching the accelerator in Bengaluru? Will the app developing community be the next big thing for Apple?
Yeah, absolutely. Overall, them being here, and it's a huge Apple team which is here, as far as I've heard, and them actually taking the time to meet all kinds of industries, and Tim himself being involved is, I think, a huge signal into their intent there. And yes, them by pushing, I think, a couple of things they would be doing to push that Make in India, hopefully, right? Them pushing the developer community so that the ecosystem evolves.
Okay, was there any hint, indication that Apple is looking to invest in some of the high-growth startups here in India?
Of course, no conversation there. I wouldn't know. But Apple definitely seems to be going into helping the smaller startups or overall startups in general, helping understand what Apple can give, how do you leverage the Apple ecosystem, and overall, the right ways of doing things, right, in terms of product, in terms of usage, in terms of how they look at consumers. So really bringing in the Apple thought process and sharing that with the Indian environment.
So Raghav, to end with, if I were to ask you to sum up this experience today, what were the top 3 takeaways from the roundtable with Tim Cook?
I'm very, very psyched to meet Tim and his team personally. Just showed a great intent from their end on how serious they are with their India initiatives. Right, broadly, no conversation generally on what's to come. It was more a conversation of what we are doing. And just getting his reactions to UrbanClap and what we do, right? So him taking deep interest. So overall, the intent of Apple in India was a good indicator. His interest in how we go beyond just listings and classifieds into a full stack integration, and his interest in this whole theme of micro entrepreneurs, which is something new, which is very emerging market. Right, the ability to create micro entrepreneurs. And help them do their business, and him actually getting interested in that and going deep and having a little brainstorming. It was all great indicators to have someone like him get involved in the conversation.
Raghav, thanks very much for joining us. That's Raghav Chandra, co-founder of UrbanClap, one of our young Turks who was part of the developers forum that met with Tim Cook earlier today. And while